Hey, what's going on YouTube? Welcome back to the channel, and today I want to present you guys with a new series. Not really a series, but kind of a series. Yeah, it's going to be its own playlist of videos, so we're going to call it a series. It's going to be a game I'm creating. It's not that crazy, but it hasn't really been done. So what it is I've been doing a lot of replay analysis for people lately. Plug myself real quick. If you want a replay analysis, join my Discord. Link is always in the description. It'll send you here to the Crack Zach Games community. You're gonna go down to the replay analysis tab and you're gonna post your replay in the chat. If you want a free replay analysis, go ahead, get it in. PC only, because that's the only way you can send these video files of your replay. If you play on console, maybe you get a friend who plays on PC to play with you, and then they can save the replay and then they can send it and just tell me who to watch in the replay. But yeah, get those free replay analysis and they're going to be uploaded to the YouTube as long as that's okay with you. So, hey man, take advantage of it. Anyways, the game we're going to be playing today is we're going to do replay analysis for somebody who submitted one, and I'm going to play the video through in its entirety. And every time you think there's something that should have been fixed, I want you guys to take note of it, write it down, start a comment down below with all the mistakes that you catch. I'm not going to point out every little nitpicky detail, but if you've seen my style of replay analysis, you know what I look for. I don't look for a lot of mechanical mistakes. I look for rotational mistakes, boost management mistakes, or just boost grab mistakes, missed pass opportunities. I already said rotation, bad positioning, incorrect decision making, that kind of thing. So I want you guys to start comments down below on what mistakes you think I'm going to point out at the end after we watch everything through. And we're going to see how many you get right. Be a good way for you to test your own brain power, see if you pick up all the mistakes that I'm also picking up, and see really where you're at in terms of Rocket League knowledge and game sense. I think it's a cool idea and I think you guys will enjoy it. Oh, and when you're seeing this video, I'm actually on my honeymoon. I just got married and I'm going to be gone from September 2nd to September 9th. So, hey, I'm not going to be on Twitch. I'm not going to be streaming, but I've got some videos pre-recorded, this one included. So do me a favor, as a great wedding gift, leave the like on the video, subscribe, and go follow the Twitch channel so when we're back from the honeymoon, you guys can come hang out. All right, now let's get into the video. Jamal Squatty. Replay analysis for Jamal Squatty. And here we go. I'm going to hide my face cam so you guys can't see when I'm taking notes. And you guys can just chill, watch the gameplay, listen to the music I got in the background. And I'll see you guys in 5 minutes, as long as there's not a long OT in this game. I didn't even check. Hopefully not. Let's get into it. All right. So that was one time straight through. I watched it straight through one time. I'm thinking you guys might have watched it one time straight through. So with that said, I'm going to put a picture on the screen of the notes that I took after just watching the replay one time straight through. Didn't pause, didn't rewind at all. Let's see what you guys picked up compared to how I picked up on just a one-time take. And I am going to go through and watch the video again, the replay one more time. And now anytime it looks awkward, I'm going to pause, rewind, see what's happening, see what's going wrong. And I'm going to add to my notes in order to break down a little bit more. So just this one time watch through is just all the glaring mistakes that were really obvious to me. And now I'm going to go through and watch one more time and pick out the little harder to notice things about when situations are awkward, why they're awkward, and are you in the wrong position? Is that why they're awkward? That kind of thing. But yeah, picture of my notes on the screen after one time watching through. How'd you guys do? Let me know in the comments below, and let's watch it through again. I'm gonna do that off screen though, so you guys don't have to sit here and watch the replay again. And then at the end, we're gonna go through and point out all of the mistakes that we took notes on. All right, I just finished watching the replay back for the second time, and I've got some new notes now. I also scribbled out some previous notes after further review. Actually, only one I scribbled out, but I'm gonna go ahead and put the new note on screen as well as the old note and the one that I scribbled out. So take a look at what I got after watching it back the second time, see if I matched up with anything else that you said. And now let's get into the part where I actually go back to each mistake and comment on them and comment on what you could have done better. All right, so the first tip I had was at 4 minutes and 29 seconds, the kickoff. It's just simply not anything. I don't want to try to point out mechanical mistakes unless it's something that I can point out to solve instantly to hopefully make it not happen again. But watch this kickoff. And notice how you land very underneath the ball. And when you flip into the ball, if it's the second time, you're super underneath the ball. All right, I had to figure out how to bring up this little doodad, but let's put it at 10% and watch at how far underneath the ball you are when you finally flip for your kickoff. So right there you flip and look at how underneath the ball you are compared to your opponent. It's not that noticeable, but when you watch it back from your point of view, it's really noticeable. All you got to do there is make sure you're flipping earlier after you land from your first flip. Big mistake a lot of people make on kickoff. I used to make that mistake a lot on kickoff. Still do sometimes. But usually when I make the mistake, it's just because I'm flipping too quickly towards the ball and I just land so close to the ball that I don't have enough time to, I don't have any space really between me and the ball after I land. But here in this example, you do have space. You just wait too long to use your second flip for the kickoff. So yeah, for your second flip on kickoff, flip sooner. Right here, land, and instantly you should be flipping at the ball. And if that still is putting you too close to the ball, then you need to find some way to land not as close to the ball. You're just too fast, man. You're too speedy. You're landing too close to the ball. You gotta not land so close to the ball on that first flip. All right, so the next mistake that I wrote down was actually your solo play you tried going for at 4 minutes and 5 seconds. So we're coming up on it right now. Let's take a look at it. Look at the position you're in. Oh man, this is a just beautiful opportunity to go for the infield pass. Okay, you want to be in this situation 90% of the time, 99% of the time. You want to go for the infield pass. The infield passes are so good, and they're so deadly. They're so easy to do. They're so effective. They're so efficient. You always want to be going for these infield passes when you're in your opponent's corner. You got the ball falling in your lap just like this. And yeah, let me just show you what it should have looked like. You should have been right where you're at, and then bam, instead of taking it for the air dribble like you do, hit it in this direction for the midfield pass. And I actually watched it back, and your teammate, I'm not gonna lie, he wasn't playing very well. He own goaled like twice and whiffed a ton. I'm sorry, but people should be in position for this infield pass. This should have been an infield pass for sure, sure. But instead, you go for the solo play. Don't do a very good job at it anyways. And yeah, All right, so the next mistake I had written down was it just says challenge, and I kind of forgot at this point what it was. Let's find out together. It's at 2 minutes and 48 seconds, and I'm past that, so I need to back up. Ah, I remember now. All right, let's back up one more time so we can see what this full thing right here. I wrote down challenge because this was a ball that you should have challenged. Look at that. You just saw one person fly past you on the other team. Here comes the other person challenging you on the other team, flying past you yet again. Right here, Reader is last back. So you want to be able to, you want to take this challenge. All you end up doing is going for a fake challenge on him. He's last back, you're first man. If you can get a challenge on him, this is going to be a great opportunity for you guys to score, because if he takes a challenge, there's an opportunity it just kicks out straight towards his net. There's an opportunity it kicks out middle. The only way you pretty much don't score on this challenge, if you actually take the challenge, is if he just beats you, and that's a really high risk. He honestly just shouldn't even go for a challenge in this position. If you jump up and you hit the ball in this position, it probably shoots up, ricochets off the wall, maybe off the ceiling, back down middle, and your teammates have a possibly an open net to shoot on. So this was a challenge that you really should have tried to force. Just because you know Reader's the last man back, you've got both your teammates behind you, you're first man, you've got nothing to lose, he's got everything to lose. So this was, again, a challenge you should have tried to force as hard as you could. That would have been a really good challenge to take. All right, one thing I want to stop and point out is not every replay analysis that I do from now on is going to be one of these episodes, just because I feel like it doesn't give me the opportunity to point out what you're doing well. And I think that's really important, so I don't make it seem like I'm just pointing out mistake after mistake after mistake after mistake. So I want to interject here really quick in the middle of the episode and just tell you what I think I took note of that you did really well this game. You're very boost conservative. If you pay attention to your boost meter throughout this replay, and anyone else that might have been watching, you constantly have like a full tank of boost, and that's really impressive. And you're really not putting yourself out of position at all to go for the big boost, at least most of the time. So that just tells me you're very conservative with your boost, and you only use it when you need to, which is a very good habit to have. And just wanted to point that out, man, so it doesn't seem like I'm just putting you down constantly throughout the video. Really good boost management. But with that said, let's get on to the next mistake. That was at 2 minutes and 19 seconds. We're coming up on it right now. I put down that you were way too far back. So as I just mentioned, you have full boost now. Team's pushing up field, and at this point, you just kind of turned the wrong direction here. Didn't really have any reason to make this extra turn. Right here, if you just loop back around, keep driving the way you're driving, and come up midfield, you would have been much closer to the play and been in a opportunity, been in a position to help if you needed to be. But with how far back you are, for really no reason, you have full boost and the play is all the way back in your opponent's corner, there's really no reason for you to be this far back. So make sure you're trying to stay a little closer to the play on offense. But that's the first time I've really seen you make the mistake. So I think it was just a kind of a one-off thing, but figured I'd point it out. Oh, right. The next mistake is at 19 seconds, right before, not right before, but pretty close to right before the OT. So possibly this mistake could have prevented you from going to OT. Maybe not, but hey, I'm just trying to build dramatic effect. All right, I wrote down cross map boost grab, and as you just saw, that was it. Let's see. You get a good clear here. Your teammate pops it up. You take the ball around the corner, get it past the first man, and land. And I know that boost is calling your name. You feel like you've got a lot of momentum going that way already, but you're actually pretty far away from that boost still to really even consider going for it being not that big of an issue. You're too far away from this boost to really consider grabbing it. When your team is on defense right in front of your net, 99.9% of the time, it's not worth going for the opponent's corner boost. You should just turn around and pick up pads on your way back. And even if you, pick up pads on your way back, but even being back on defense with no boost would be better than not being there at all. So, and most likely, I don't remember, but you're probably going to grab this boost, realize, oh crap, my team is on defense, and you'll probably use 40 boost just getting back to midfield in a hurry. Let's find out if I'm right. I'm kind of big brain. Oh, okay. You actually conserved most of it. So good job, at least. You got the full boost and you didn't waste it right away. But still, you could have already been back at this point if your teammates needed you, and if you were picking up pads, you probably could have had about 60 something boost. And it would have been just as useful with 60 boosts on defense as with 100. All right, the next mistake that I had written down was at 31 seconds into the overtime. This one was you just hit the ball into your opponent for really no reason. Let's play it back. Reader pops the ball up, you go up to get it, and bam, look at how much space is open to the right side of the field and your teammates over there as well. If you hit this, just make it more of a priority to not hit this into your opponent. Takes a little bit of mechanics. It's a little bit of a mechanic thing, but you look pretty solid. I think it's something you could have done. Just get off to the left of the ball a little bit and hit that ball to the right side, and then maybe your teammate, who you can see on screen, can turn and go for the ball, and it kind of works as both a clear pass to your opponent and a pass at the same time. Or if that teammate doesn't want to go, hopefully your other teammate can go. Either way, it would have been a lot better than just hitting it straight into your opponent like this. So just whenever you have the opportunity to hit the ball, I just said this in my last video actually, whenever you have the opportunity to hit the ball around your opponents, take that opportunity rather than just hitting it straight into your opponent. Okay, our next mistake was a minute into the overtime. It was a bad touch, not really a whole lot to comment on. I'm sure you knew it was a bad touch when you did it, but let's see what's happening here. You know your teammate's gonna probably turn on this ball because you just got the full boost, and the ball is hopefully rolling up the wall where you can turn and go for the ball. So you don't go, which was smart. I like that. It was good game sense. However, the ball bounced awkwardly off the wall. Your teammate could no longer really go for it. They messed up, and you kind of panic touch it. This touch, it's just not a good touch, obviously. What you could have tried to done better here, simply get a little bit further ahead of the ball before you go for it, and try to send it back the other way rather than just straight up the wall. Try and put a little bit of momentum on it, going back towards your opponent's half, maybe even just single jump into it. Single jump and simultaneously turn your car around, so that way you can get a nice soft touch over the person who's challenging behind you, Papa, whatever his name is, and then land in front of the ball, and you can follow it up. So if I simulated that with the fly perspective, it would have looked something like get here, jump up, and rotate your car with a single jump, land, and follow it up. Something like that would have been better than what you did. All right, so that was all of the big glaring mistakes that I caught on my first time watching the replay through. Now we're gonna go back and go over the smaller little detailed mistakes that I didn't pick up on the first time I watched the replay, which means these are pretty small mistakes, but they are mistakes that will hold you back from ranking up as high as you possibly can. So let's go through those now. At 3:43 in the game, I pointed out that your rotation was off. So right here, just a quick tip for you: if you land as a first man challenging on your sidewall after losing the challenge just like this, you see how you instantly turn around and try to get back to defense? In this situation, going back to defense instantly is good, just because that angle right there, you see Ryuk's, there's no way he's going to pass this upfield. But in a perfect world, that ball rolls off or bounces off the wall a little bit more favorably for Ryuk's to be able to pass that upfield and go for what's called the outlet pass. So sometimes when you lose this challenge, and sometimes you don't even have to try to win that challenge. A lot of the time I will purposely just drive challenge, not even really go for the ball, purposely lose the ball in this situation so that you can then push up field, sit on the sidewall, and have your teammate Ryuk's pass the ball up to you. Happens a lot at higher level play. That could have been possible if the ball bounced off of a little bit more of this area of the wall and bounced out where Ryuk's could get the angle to pass it up to you. Or if the ball bounces off this back wall, again, Ryuk's will have a much better angle to be able to pass it upfield to you. And again, that's called an outlet pass if you want to do more research on that. But that wasn't the mistake that I initially pointed out. Your actual mistake is turning and rotating back on the back wall like this. You want to keep your rotations in a circular motion, a circular formation. And so after you lost this challenge, you should have actually came out towards midfield this way and rotated back around to the back post. You always want to rotate to the back post. And in this situation, you are coming back straight into the play and making it awkward on you, on Ryuk's. A lot of bad things could have happened in this play because you're rotating straight into the ball. Ryuk's could have took it. up towards you. You would have ran into the ball and Ryukes was trying to dribble it up the corner. You get bumped by Papa on his way out. That wouldn't have happened if you were rotating correctly. And now you've got two people in the same spot. You're both in the corner. Again, wouldn't have happened if you rotated around to the back post. And you're also in this position, I mean, kind of cutting off your player who's now third in net. This should be their ball to go for. And actually the next mistake is immediately after. Again, you rotate past your teammate. Right here, you rotate into the net. You saw Ryukes land in the net. He should be the next one going for this ball. And I know he hasn't played very well, but at this point you're only a minute and 20 seconds into the game, so kind of too early to make that judgment call. Yeah, you definitely rotated past Ryukes in this position. Let's see it from his point of view. If he was ready for it or not. You still want to avoid rotating past your teammate because that can cause a lot of double commits. And luckily he did the smart thing and he waited after he saw you were going. But not everyone will do that, and you'll get punished for both being in the same position. If Reader is a little quicker on this challenge, he could get the ball past both of you if you both go. And then that's an open net for your opponents to score on. All right, the next mistake that, the small mistake that I really noticed was at 2 minutes and 39 seconds in the game. Let's watch it back. Maybe you'll pick up on what you did wrong here. I have a good feeling you won't though. Did you pick up on what you did wrong? I honestly don't think you're gonna guess right on what I said. Right here, in this position, actually right in this position, it becomes a lot more obvious. Papa, you did it now. Papa, you did it on. Is gonna be the next one to go for this ball. Either him or Ryukes. Either Ryukes wins this 50 or it's a somewhat neutral 50, or Papa beats Ryukes. Those are the three outcomes. And you can see the angle Papa's going to be challenging this. If you pay attention to his car, it just looks like you're not really paying attention to him at all for whatever reason. If you pay attention to his car, and just where he's at and his angle on the ball, it's super obvious that he's going to be hitting this to the left side of the field from your perspective. So you should be positioning a lot more to the left than you are. Again, let's watch it back and just watch how, if you watch Papa's perspective, not his perspective, but his angle on the ball and on his angle of approach, it's super obvious that he's hitting this towards the left, but for some reason you're super hard occupying that midfield for whatever reason. But if you were to the left, this ball that he hits really never gets past you and you get it going back the other way as soon as he hits it. So again, notice Papa, his angle on the ball is super obvious. It's going to the left. If you positioned more to the left, you could have caught that ball on the bounce, brought it up the wall, or hit it off the wall towards mid for a solo play or something like that. You definitely could have been in position at this point if you were paying attention to Papa a little bit more. It's super obvious he's going to be hitting the ball to the left. So really have no reason to be putting yourself in a totally useless position here. So make sure you are trying to read your opponent's car as you're going for the ball. Pay attention to what angle they're taking on it, where does it look like they're going to touch it, and try to position ahead of time according to what it looks like they're going to do. Those little details of paying attention to your opponent's car will tell you a lot about what's about to happen and make it a lot easier to be in a good position for the ball. All right, the next mistake I pointed out was at 2 minutes and 12 seconds. Your clear is really poor and you actually get scored on immediately after because of your bad clear. Let's watch it through. Papa's that clear just didn't do the job, and unfortunately Books couldn't make that save, but he shouldn't have had to make that save if your clear was better. And what you could have done better in this position was in this right here. You see how far Papa is away from the ball at this point? Bam, not the greatest first touch. He's got a lot of catching up to do, but it's just something you need to notice. Is the position this guy's in threatening? Bam, as soon as he makes that touch, the threat is gone. And it's pretty obvious from the get-go that this is what's going to happen. Maybe he can go for a flip reset here, but even if he gets a flip reset, he would have to get it at like this point, and even then it's not that threatening. And what are the odds that he's really going to get a flip reset at this ring? What I'm trying to get at is instead of trying to clear this back into your corner behind you, it would have been really easy, or it should have been really easy, to actually force this challenge to the left corner and taking control of the ball, going up your corner, grabbing your corner boost, going up the wall, or going up that side of the field. So at this point, especially, you notice there's no danger now. If you just don't accelerate, just stay in your shadow defense position that you're in right now, right? Keep shadow defending, keep shadow defending. There's really nothing dangerous. The ball's already hitting down. He's over the ball. His only option here is to just air dribble the ball down into you, just like this. And at this point, when he gets to you, all you have to do is just do a diagonal flip with the ball in this direction, and you just automatically force the ball to go this way, and you bring it up the corner, you bring it up the wall, grab the corner boost, and you're off making a play, instead of making the bad clear that you did. So again, you wouldn't have been in that bad position, like straight on with the ball, if you hadn't committed to putting the ball behind you. If you would have stayed in this position, kept driving back this way until he met you on the ground, and then as soon as that ball gets to you, just diagonal flip with the ball, force the ball in this direction, and you can grab the boost, grab the ball, and you're all set. And to top it all off, he even hit it away from himself at this very last second. So again, if you're back just a little bit more, again, you in a perfect world, you didn't commit for hitting this behind you, you actually wouldn't be in this position straight on with the ball. You'd be back a little further. As soon as he makes that touch away from himself, bam, you dive in. And if you really want to, you don't have to, but again, you can just force it to the corner with a 50-50, but you could jump up and hit the ball into your corner safely and pretty much do the same thing. So all I'm getting at is his air dribble was going straight down, and there's nothing threatening about somebody who's air dribbling downwards. That's like a super unthreatening play. All you have to do is meet them on the ground where the ball is and just force it, the opposite direction, and bam, you're off and running with the ball. Okay, we're getting close to the end, I swear. Honestly, man, like, I don't know. I'm not going to do these replay analysis episodes like this very often. I don't like the way that it feels. I just feel like I'm pointing out mistake after mistake after mistake after mistake. So I'm sorry you had to be the guinea pig for this. But hey, let me know how you feel about this style of video, viewers, and Jamal. Do you like this style of video of replay analysis? It's a bit more interactive, and that's what I was going for. I'm trying to make it a little bit more interactive of a video, but I just don't like the aspect of it that it just feels like I'm pointing out mistake after mistake after mistake. So I'm sorry for that. I'm sorry you had to be the guinea pig for this, Jamal. You're getting nitpicked right now, but I swear you looked really good. And a lot of these are really small mistakes that I'm putting out. I just want to reiterate multiple times that, like, I'm not trying to put you down. You played really well this game. You did a really good job. You looked solid. I don't remember what rank you said this was. I don't know if you even told me. I think you said this was like champ 1. You look really solid, man. Really solid. All right, but the next mistake was at 150. It was, I marked it as the double boost grab, the infamous double boost grab, the infamous you starve your teammate of boost situation. Oh, you actually score. Look at that. Look at that. It's like the gods were listening, like, oh, you've been putting this guy down. Oh, let's show off him scoring a goal really quick. There you go. That was for you. All right, but anyways, you get the mid boost, and then obviously, as the note suggests, you go back to your corner, and you also grab the corner boost, and you boost starved your teammate. And then he proceeds to own goal on what kind of looks like it wasn't even on target anyways. That might have been on target. Let's find out. It's worth finding out for our boy Ryuk. So, ooh, is that on target? That's hard to tell. Who shot that? Reader shot that? I gotta watch it from his point of view. That's on target, actually. If Ryuk doesn't own goal that, you're not saving it anyways. And Ryuk's probably could have saved that if you didn't boost starve him. So while Ryuk's might not have been playing the greatest this game, you gotta wonder how much of that is because you were not enabling him to play well. You know what I mean? You gotta always try to be a good teammate. All right, we're almost at the end. We got two more mistakes to point out. This one's at 1 minute and 26 seconds into the game. I wrote down 3v1 / better pass. You guys had a 3 versus 1 opportunity. didn't take advantage of it, and the pass you went for wasn't the greatest. Bam, look at the double commit. I say it all the time, double committing is one of the worst things that you can do in Rocket League. And Reader right now is in a 1v3 for a long time because his teammates were up in the air when they lost that double commit. So knowing that, again, Reader's last, you want to make something happen. In my opinion, like, you could have gone up for this ball at any point in time while I was going over this, maybe pass it off the corner for your teammate in middle. Or if you don't decide to do that and you opt to go for the pass like you did, instead of trying to get underneath the ball and backflip flick it, just again, same position as last time. Try to get on the right side of the ball. Use your air roll. That would be air roll right, and bang, bang. Just pass it mid. You want to try passing that midfield, not behind you like that. You might have only done that because you misread it as well as Reader misread it. But you could have forced the situation a little bit harder. Even at this point, you could have gone for it, pass it off the corner for your teammate behind you. Or if you're going to go for the midfield option, which isn't the better option in this play, honestly, passing off the corner is the better option, because at higher ranks, Reader isn't going to miss this read. And you're just giving up the 1v3 opportunity entirely if you let Reader go for this and beat you to it. So yeah, I would really like to see you press this a little harder again, knowing it's a 1 versus 3. Yeah, take advantage of those 1 versus 3s. That's the second time this game you haven't taken advantage of a 1 versus 3. Okay, last mistake, wrapping up the video. This one is at 18 seconds into the overtime. I wrote down that, you know, I'm just gonna, you already saw it, maybe you forgot it. I'm gonna play it through, see if you notice what happened. I didn't write down the double commit. I actually watched that back a couple times. I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna write down that double commit, because in a perfect world, that was not your ball to go for. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll play it back one more time. Real quick. In a perfect world, this is not your ball to go for. It's your teammates, but I gave it to you because he has, by appearance, not been playing the best this game. And there's not a whole lot of risk to you going for this if it ends up as a double commit. So I didn't write that one down. But I did write down that one. That you skipped right over that mid boost. You went back all the way to your corner when you didn't have to. The mid boost was up. All right. So again, you went all the way back for the back corner boost when this mid boost was up. And if you actually had grabbed this mid boost, pay attention to what could have happened. It's crazy how just these simple mistakes actually could lead to such big lost opportunities. Because if you grab that middle boost, you're actually in a decent position for that touch right there. You actually probably would have been around right here, maybe rotating back out. Right? Let's play it back one more time. If I'm in your situation, bam, ball goes that way. I know that's not my ball. Well done knowing that's not your ball. But instead, you drive over here, grab the mid boost. You know your teammate's up challenging the ball and nobody's up challenging him. So as long as your teammate doesn't whiff, the ball should be going back towards your opponent's half in some way, shape, or form, or at least like he put it, off the sidewall. So you have no reason to turn for defense here. So you're turning upfield this way. Then your teammate would be up for the ball. You'd be probably around here. He hits this, bam, look at how good of an opportunity you have to possibly challenge that, maybe even score. So just by going back for your back corner boost when you didn't have to, you actually missed an opportunity to possibly still be on offense, possibly to have scored, and possibly to have won the game. So that's the last one though. That was the last mistake. I know I pointed out a lot of mistakes. That's kind of, I pointed out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 mistakes. Actually, 14 mistakes in, how long is this game? 7 minutes and 10 seconds, 14 mistakes. I mean, okay, that's a lot of mistakes, but it's not that bad. Like, especially for the rank you're at, it's actually not that bad. Yeah, I'm not going to do this style of replay analysis that often because I can't get over how much I don't like the fact that I'm just going from one mistake to the next, the next, the next, the next. But I do think it's more engaging than just a normal replay analysis. It gives you guys a little bit more to do as you're watching, and gives you guys a reason to comment on the video and to see how well you did in comparison to me on catching the mistakes. So I hope you at least like this style of the video, of the analysis for that. But yeah, I'm sorry, I'm just skipping from mistake to mistake to mistake. But that's your replay analysis. Jamal, thank you for submitting your replay to be analyzed. We really appreciate that over on the channel. Again, if any of you guys want your replay analyzed, post it in the Discord in the replay analysis tab. The link is in the description in every video. But with that said, guys, a long video, so let's not make this outro much longer. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you didn't already.